This is all getting to be too much. I'm constantly drained. I can't find any inspiration anywhere. I need new content, but I just can't figure out what it is until I'm scrolling through the hashtag Anti-MLM Instagram, and I come across something that catches my eye more than the others. Something about Arbonne, an Instagram TV, anti-MLM to regional vice president? Interesting. Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today we have something very interesting to show you guys. I saw this going around, popping off everywhere, and I felt like I needed to make a video about it because the title of this IGTV, right, is on Instagram. The title of this is very clickbaity in itself. It's called Anti-MLM to Regional Vice President. So, if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, recently a lot of MLMers have been posting this video and saying, like, listen to this girl's testimony. She used to be anti-MLM and now she's the regional vice president rank, or whatever that means, in Arbonne, right? Hi everybody, it's Editing Cameron here. I have a little disclaimer because why else would you see Editing Cam? But I don't want anything to be taken out of context, and I especially do not want this to come across as bullying, because I am in no way bullying this girl or, you know, trying to put her down or make fun of her or anything of that sort. Like, I am not trying to do anything like that at all. This is a public video that is out, you know, on Instagram. And although it might be, like, easy to find, I am still going to blur her face out and, you know, not show her name or anything, because I don't, you know, it doesn't matter. There's no reason for me to, like, put her on blast or whatever. So we are not doing that. And again, like, bullying is trying to, like, intimidate someone or put them down because of your superiority. And I have no superiority over her whatsoever. I'm solely using this video as, like, you know, as criticism, and that is just it. Like, it is purely just criticism, and anytime anything is put out publicly on the internet, like, it is open for criticism, and I know that too, especially when I upload videos like anti-MLM ones. And I think that she kind of knew that too when she put anti-MLM in the title, that she would be opening herself up to criticism. And that's all that this is, because she kind of checks off a lot of, like, what an MLMer will typically say, and I'm kind of just, like, debunking each of those points. And I see a lot of MLMers, like, praising this video, and I'm just explaining, like, why it should be criticized, and that's about it. So, that's all that I'm trying to do. Like, she's very pretty. Like, don't get me wrong, she is very pretty, you know, very nice. Like, she doesn't yell or anything in the entire video. She seems very nice. Let's just try to be nice. I mean, honestly, like, let's not be cruel. She doesn't deserve any hate or anything. Please do not go and find her and give her hate if you do find her. I don't encourage that at all. Do not do that. Which is why her face is blurred out. But anyways, yeah, that's all that I'm trying to do in this video. It's just for critical interpretation, and I might throw in a little hand gesture, head gesture, or whatever when I'm reacting, because I don't want you guys to watch, like, an hour-long video and I'm just, like, no facial expression the entire time, because that's boring. So I'm trying to, like, let you guys know that I'm still watching and that I'm still, like, present in physical form. So yeah, and it's not meant to be taken, like, in a bad way or anything. I'm just trying to be comical about it. It's comical interpretation, critical interpretation, all that jazz. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy the video. A couple things I want to point out before we digress and dissect the video. This girl, I don't know if she got a lot of followers because of this or what, but she already looks like she has a lot of followers prior to that. A lot of her posts get a lot of likes even before she posted that. So I'm just saying that probably could have helped her to become at the rank that she is now. She has a couple IGTVs on her Instagram talking about Arbonne and all of that, yada yada yada. And they all get around like 4 to like 3,000 views, which is already a lot. And so the Anti-MLM to Regional Vice President IGTV has 85.6 thousand views. So yeah, so she's really killing it. She's really killing it in the IGTV world. I saw this on the Anti-MLM hashtag on Instagram, so let's go ahead and see what's in store for us.
Hello everybody, so I wanted to come on here and make an IGTV. I'm going to get real with you guys because I think it's just very important to share where I used to come from and not in a state of where I physically used to come from. I want to talk about mentally, emotionally, and just how I came from that person that I was and, you know, found Arbonne, which, trust me guys, that was the last thing that I ever thought I would be doing. So I wanted to, you know, kind of take you back to where Katie used to be, who I used to be, and all the thoughts that I used to have about, one, network marketing, and then that will also weave into, you know, some personal things that I, you know, thought I was too good for and all those things. So a year and a half ago, I started my Arbonne business, and when I tell you that I was the last person on this planet to do Arbonne, I so mean it. And that's not even just Arbonne, that's network marketing, period. For some reason,
if she was the last person to enter network marketing, the end of the world would already happen. The rapture has already begun at that point. The apocalypse has already bestowed upon us. She's not the last person, and she's not the first person. I want to make that, I want to clarify on that because a lot of people and MLMs like to make you think that you are going to be the last person, you know, FOMO, fear of missing out. Do not be the last person to join network marketing or whatever, which is just not true. Network marketing is probably going to be on forever and ever. It doesn't make sense. It's kind of a backwards way of thinking. You're not going to be the last person in an MLM. And you sure as hell aren't going to be the first person either, so let's keep watching.
all the thoughts that I had. I thought any network marketing company is a scam. I thought, you know, there's no possible way anyone can earn money in doing network marketing. I literally thought, like, it was a scam. Like, people are coming out to just hunt you for your money, and they don't care about you. Like, that's, to a T, that's what I thought. And not only that, so not only did I believe those things, which I know so many of you have those same thoughts and beliefs, so hear me when I say I know how you are probably feeling right now.
Here's my thing about this. And I'm not speaking for every like anti-MLMer out there, obviously, but a lot of MLMers, the thing that they're against is, I mean, yes, the business structure is awful and it's corrupt and unethical. The problem that most anti-MLMers have, and the problem that I have the most, is that these people it's the environment that this kind of business condones, that it kind of gives off, you know, and like, yes, it is a scam, and yes, you're probably not going to make any money. I mean, like we have in the description box down below, definition of a MLM, 99% of people will lose money in MLMs. All right, there's so many stories about that. So to say that like you think that I used to think that it's a scam, it's probably true. It is true actually, because 99% of people will lose money in an MLM. So, like I said, most people, what they have against MLMs is the environment that they create. So again, to say that she thought that it was a scam and whatnot is totally on her and what her thinking is, but for many other people, it's the environment that MLMs create. Let's continue.
Probably rolling your eyes at this video and you're like, oh yeah, okay, you whatever. No, I'm serious. I had this feeling, so I know what you're going through and I know what you feel. But also, y'all, I thought I was too good for it. I thought that I was like, my Instagram followers, like, nuh-uh, I'm too cool to promote products on my Instagram. Like, I'm gonna lose followers. I am just too good for this. And I'm in college and I'm gonna get a real job. And the thoughts that I had back then, but anyway, so I was always approached, I was approached often in my DMs, whatever.
So she said that she was on her way. She was on her way to become a nurse and going to college for that. She probably would have made so much money if she stuck with that and became a nurse than if she were to be in this MLM. Like, she probably would have made so much way more money being a nurse than that, and probably would have been ethically actually helping people instead of telling them that they need this 30 days of healthy living. So,
about different opportunities, whether it was Arbonne or Monade or It Works or whatever, and I always ignored every single message. Always. I would not even open it. Sometimes I would like open it and be like, I'm not joining your pyramid scheme.
I want to touch on that because if you're someone that is anti-MLM or just doesn't want to get involved in one and you get messages from people that are in MLMs, and I just want to emphasize that responding to them, one, you probably shouldn't even really respond to them, because if you answer in any way, shape, or form, they're gonna use that as a way to like weasel their way into your life. Do not say, I recommend not saying, I'm not gonna join your pyramid scheme, because it comes off very aggressive, and these people truly, like, you have to think, these people truly do not believe that they're in a pyramid scheme, all right? Like, that's truly what they believe to a T, and that's what they've been told by their upline. So if you say that, you're gonna look cruel, you're gonna look defensive, you're gonna look offensive, I guess I should say. It's not the best way to decline an MLM, offer. I would recommend just saying like, I'm not interested, or just I don't support MLMs or whatever, if you want to let this person know. But I don't agree with her saying that she said that she would tell people, I'm not joining your pyramid scheme. I don't agree with that personally.
That was who I was, you guys, and it's cringy, and I can't believe that, like, I'm sorry, like, it was so terrible, but that's who I used to be. I used to be, like, super close-minded to other opportunities. I thought that you go to college, you get a job, and I was going to be a nurse, so, like, I was going to be making the money and living the life, in my mind at the time, guys. And so I would always ignore these messages. I would always make fun of people who did these kind of things. I always make fun of.
Again, I don't condone making fun of people that are in MLMs. I don't know. This is kind of like a wary topic, because she sounds like she's not really anti-MLM. She sounds like all this time she thought that it was a scam, and later on in the video you'll see what I'm talking about when I'm saying that it sounds like she's not really anti-MLM.
And it's so crazy, because while I was doing that, I was like, I'm pursuing my degree in nursing, but in my mind, in the back of my mind, I was always thinking, okay, I need to learn how to make money online. Like, maybe I can start like a blog or YouTube channel, or I just need to find a way to like monetize my social media platform.
Okay, so I mentioned this kind of in my last video, I think, or I mentioned this in another video, where there are so many other ways to monetize and your like social media presence, you know, like Instagrammers get paid like a crap ton, influencers, I guess, YouTubers, whatever. She, like, all the ideas that she had in her mind probably would have been a better idea than joining an MLM. And honestly, she probably would have had more fun with it because she probably would have been able to create the stuff that she wants to create personally, and it could have been unique to her. The problem with MLMs is you don't get any creativity, all right? And it's so weird because they emphasize like you get financial freedom and you get, you know, your free time, whatever, you can do whatever you want with your time, work whenever, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But think about if you're so like not wanting to work a 9 to 5 job or whatever, then why would you join an MLM where it's basically the same thing, where in 9 to 5s you know, you show up for work, you do the same work every time, it makes you tired, and then you clock out and you go home or whatever. That's literally the same thing for MLMs, except you never clock out. You're always on the clock, but you're not getting paid for it. And to a sense, you can't express yourself. You can't be creative or whatever. You know, you should join my team and you should join an MLM and blah, 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 blah. It comes off as like desperate. That's it. There's just no creative, like, positive outlet when you're in an MLM. You know what I mean? If you really want a job where you can pursue a passion, like, there's so many other jobs where you can pursue a passion and whatever. So it makes me upset that this girl really thought that joining an MLM would be like the best deal for her to pursue her passion or like whatever, to monetize her like social media presence, when there's so many other ways she could have done that. Let's continue.
And hello, like, this is what I do now. I work Arbonne. But at the time, I knew in my heart that nursing could only provide so much for me. And I knew,
which that part I don't really that part I don't really get, which is like nursing can only provide so much for me. And it's like, I don't know if she's talking about financially or not, but it's like, I know people that are nurses that love being a nurse because of the service that they're able to provide for other people. And the fact that they can go home being like, I'm helping this person or whatever. I mean, a lot of times, like, nurses can't help everyone, you know? But at least they're trying and, like, doing something. So I don't know what she really means by, I can only, like, provide so much. You can only provide so much for me. It's like, what about the other people that you're helping with? So let's continue.
That I wanted to do something that I could maybe do from home or literally anywhere in the globe. I have the biggest passion for traveling. And so my like dream would have, like, when I was dreaming back then of like, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool to just be able to travel the world and somehow as I'm traveling from country to country, you know, still make an income and do all these things. So that's why I was like blogging and like I was just like thinking of.
Yeah, she could have done that. She could have been a vlogger. I mean, I don't know how long it would have taken for her to like gain a following, but she has a pretty hefty following now. Granted, it might all be because of like Arbonne or whatever. But I mean, she's young, she's pretty, like she's thriving. She probably could have been able to make it being like a travel vlogger or whatever. So yeah.
But yet again, when I was approached with any opportunity to make a huge income from my phone, the minute I heard it was network marketing, I was like, goodbye, peace. And so I watched 2 of my friends. We weren't close or anything, but we were close now. Shout out. But they started this thing called Arbonne, and I never heard of Arbonne before, just immediately.
But she just said earlier that she would always get messages from people telling her to join their team, whether it was for Arbonne, Monet, or It Works. She literally just said that. So
thought it was, a company I got scammed by a long time ago. Like, I thought all of them were the same. And so
wait, so she got scammed by an MLM? Did I hear that right? MLMs are all the same. They're all structured exactly the same. The only thing different about every MLM is that they sell something different and that they have different like ranks, I guess. That's kind of like the only difference with MLMs, so yeah.
I just watched them and they shared their heart with me multiple times and I shot them down every single.
Okay, also, if you ever see any like MLM IGTV, take a shot every time they say share your heart or share their heart or whatever, because I swear, like, you gonna be plastered. These people always say share their heart, and I don't even know what that means. Whatever.
Every time. But I was always looking forward to like seeing what they're doing because I actually knew them. And when they reached out to me and tried sharing their heart with me, in the back of my mind, I'm like, they're not trying to scam me. Like, how? No way. Like, there's just no way. But
this part makes me sad. This part makes me so sad because she truly believes that these people who are messaging her, who are her friends, because she said like, like I knew them. These people she believes as are her friends. She doesn't want to believe that these people are scamming her or whatever. Which, if you don't want to say scamming or throw that word around, okay, like that's fine. But she believes that these people aren't just messaging her or aren't just trying to recruit her or sell her products for their own benefit. Like, that's the weird, corrupt thing about like these MLM friendships or whatever, but she'll talk about that later on.
I was just too good to even take a look, and I just, after months of deciding, that I'm too good for this, all that, I purchased some products through Arbonne just to try them because they do align. They always have aligned with, the kind of products I would buy before from, random brands of Sephora and Ulta and GNC and all these things. But I knew that they were good products too because I saw the testimony. But anyway, I placed my order with products.
When she says like, oh, I knew that they were good products because of the testimony or whatever, it's like kind of contradictory because those are just other people's like opinions, right? And she knows that she likes those products from Sephora or GNC or whatever because she went through the trial and error of finding the products that she likes. And so she was able to like accumulate all of the products that she likes in like as her go-tos probably. You know what I mean? So again, like she went through like a trial and error of finding the stuff that she actually likes. But because she's so sold on this idea that Arbonne is like the best thing, and Arbonne, is cruelty-free vegan and whatnot, that it doesn't all matter, that all that doesn't matter, so she can just buy from Arbonne instead.
And I don't know what came over me. I had just an immediate thought in my head of, why not you two? Like, you see these girls killing it. You're doing exactly what they're doing, just you're not making any money. Because at the time I was, promoting products on my social media. I was telling, people where to buy X, Y, and Z, whether it's clothes or makeup or where to get their hair done or, I was already sharing things that I love naturally, except I just wasn't making any money. And
okay. I see this a lot. A lot. People on MLMs like to emphasize that everyone is always doing network marketing, but the difference between them and MLMs is that they're not getting paid for it. Let me explain something. Okay. One, it doesn't matter if that's network marketing or not, okay? Not everybody wants to do it, okay? Not everybody wants to be a network marketer or whatever. Like, I do not want to be a network marketer, like, sure as heck. Like, that's just me, right? So, to say, like, I was already doing network marketing and, like, blah, 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 like, this is why it sounds like she wasn't really anti-MLM before this happened, because she never explains why she was anti-MLM, and she never goes into detail about it. She also never even tells us that, like, she tells us all of the stuff that these MLMers tell everyone else, right? So kind of like when you hear like anti-MLM, people in that community, they hear the same arguments about why MLMs aren't a scam or aren't a pyramid scheme or whatever. They hear the same arguments, right? And they always talk about that. So to see that she is believing all of the arguments that anti-MLMers utilize, it's kind of contradictory. It kind of like shows you like maybe she wasn't anti-MLM. I think that she just thought it was a scam, which they are. But she doesn't really go into depth about being like anti-MLM and like doing research about it or like whatever. Which, stay tuned for later in this video.
At that point, it was in August, and at that point, I've been a nurse for a couple months. I was starting to feel the burnout. I was like, this cannot just be it. This, the dream life that I really wanted was up here, and I took all that away because I limited myself and my, what could be possible for my life, because that's just what nursing could provide. So I took my dreams away, and that, like, I just hated that. I hated not being able to truly just live who I really wanted to be. And so I had that moment in my head where I was like,
okay, so I get like people's dreams and aspirations or whatever. I get that can change over time. I understand that. The thing is that she explained earlier on in the video some other like-minded passions that kind of align with MLMs that aren't MLMs. Like, she talks about being a vlogger or starting a blog or like being an influencer, essentially, all of that, which she could have done. And it sounded like she really wanted to do something with that. So again, it doesn't matter. Like, I understand that people can have changed passions over time and whatnot, but just don't join an MLM to pursue them, because, I mean, unless scamming people out of money is your passion in life, then yeah. Or losing money. If losing money is a passion in your life, then yeah, join an MLM then.
Like, okay, why not you too? And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I literally was like, there's no way, God, that this opportunity is for me. No, you got the wrong girl. But I thought about it, and I was just like, you know what? Whatever. God, you keep bringing this into my life, because I was...
Okay, what? Like, she didn't really go into depth about this, but she literally was just like, no, like, you have the wrong girl. And then just like overnight, she was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Like, is that how a change of careers like happens? Like, I don't know, but it's just weird that it happened so quickly like that. So
I always had like little thoughts, like jump in, and then I just shove them out, and they keep going in and out, and I just kept ignoring it.
Okay, so because she says like, oh, I kept having little like thoughts in my mind about it, blah blah blah, coming into my brain, telling me, to join an MLM, to join Arbonne, whatever. But I would block it out because she always thought it was a scam. or whatever. And I don't know what her basis or foundation is on why she ever thought it was a scam, because if it was the fact that she looked at income disclosure statements and saw that people do not make money, she read reports from the Federal Trade Commission that 99% of people lose money in MLMs, then yeah, I would understand where she's coming from thinking that it's a scam. But it's kind of safe to say that maybe that didn't happen because she's an Arbonne now. Like, if she truly didn't think it was if she truly thought it was a scam, she probably wouldn't have joined Arbonne, because their income disclosure statement is absolutely horrific.
And kept ignoring it. And in that moment, I just finally was like, all right. So I texted and I said, you know what? You have shared your heart with me multiple times on this. I know I've ignored you 97% of the time, but I kind of want to learn more. I'm not saying I'm going to do this. I want to know, I had a lot of questions for her because there was a lot of things that had to.
Okay, also something really funny is that she finally, it kind of sounds like these people that kept messaging her, being like, join my team, buy my products, yada, yada, yada. It sounds like they were kind of just like consistently messaging her, because she said that she would get messages like that all the time. So I'm assuming that the other people in Arbonne that try to approach her and recruit her or whatever, they're probably just like so mad, so freaking frustrated that they didn't get her on their team, because she was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna join whatever blah blah blah's team instead. So it's a funny thought to think that they're probably just like so mad that they didn't get her on their team, because again, she got a lot of views on this. She got like 85,000 views on this and has like a lot of followers. So yeah, it's just a funny thought.
Or I was not going to do it because I was not going to be involved with making money off of people. I wasn't going to be involved of having to pay monthly minimums each month. There was a lot of things that was either going to make or break it. And Arbonne checked all my boxes, and the minute
what? How did Arbonne check any of those boxes? How? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense, because Arbonne does all of that. Like, what kind of research did she did into this? If she was truly anti-MLM, if that happened to me, I would have done research for weeks on this. I would have made sure that it wasn't a scam, like, to a T. I would have done so much research, and I don't understand how Arbonne checked all the boxes. Did you even look? Like, it sounds like she didn't even look to see, like, if it was true or not. Arbonne does make money off of other people. The Arbonne consultants, they make money off of other people. Because if they didn't, then recruitment wouldn't even be a thing. And okay.
terrified me, absolutely terrified me, because I was like, I've been talking crap on this for so long. I've been thinking I've been too good for this for so long.
Also, talking about the facts isn't talking crap. Saying facts, literally just reciting factual evidence, is not talking crap. Like, that, which is why the evidence that I read is word for word. And also, like, this is all just opinions too, but the evidence that I do read is word for word, because it's not talking crap if it's factual. So,
and it's literally answered all my questions, and I don't have anything negative at this point. And so I was terrified, because I knew at that point I needed to jump in and see what it was all about, because at this point she's killing it. She's literally doubling a nurse's income.
Doubling a nurse's income? Is she actually though?
A few months for doing this business, and Madeline was right behind her, doing the same things. And so I decided, I was like, okay, I look at my life 5 years from now and I don't like what I see. So might as well give this a shot, see what happens. And you guys, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. I cannot express more of like how proud I am of just taking that leap of faith, because it scares me to death thinking, what if I didn't say yes to this? What if I let my ego and all this entitlement that I thought I had get in the way of me starting my Arbonne business? Because I don't only just have financial freedom that...
Okay. I want to touch on this. That ego that she's talking about, it's her conscience, okay? It's her gut feeling. You guys, please listen to your conscience. Please listen to your gut. Please think rationally in your mind, okay? I understand that it can be very difficult to think rationally when you have someone literally telling you that you can make it, you can make millions of dollars doing this business, you can get a free car and you can get free trips and whatever. I understand it's hard to think rationally because you want to believe that it's true. But I'm telling you guys, like, it will save you, like, potentially thousands of dollars. It will save you hundreds of dollars for sure. If you think rationally and you research and you look into the business before you jump in. And looking into it is not looking at people who already work for it. It's not looking at people who are giving testimonies. Looking into it is looking at income disclosure statements. It's looking at Federal Trade Commission's statistics. It's looking at articles at people who were in it and were out and got out of it and their experience too. I'm telling you, like, you have to look into it as much as you can. You cannot just rely on what other people say. You have to look at the facts. So, yeah, this ego that she's talking about, it's her conscience. It's her gut being like, this is very sketchy and very weird, and maybe you shouldn't participate in this. I'm telling you guys, please listen to your gut. Please.
You know, just absolutely changed the life, like my whole life course. I don't just have a Mercedes-Benz. I don't just have, you know, all those material things. I have...
Okay, so just bragging there. What the heck? I don't just have financial freedom, and I don't just have a Mercedes-Benz. Okay, unnecessary information, but whatever. Also, it's so weird that people in MLMs like to emphasize that you can get like a Mercedes-Benz or whatever off of this. Not everybody wants a luxury car. It's so weird that they're capitalizing on this idea that in order to look and be successful, you have to have all these material things, okay? And she talks about how that's not important right now, and I'll show you why it's contradictory.
Created financial freedom from this that literally is going to go through my whole entire life. I'm going to be able to be for my kids first everything. First steps, first day of school, first soccer game. Like, I will be there for every single moment. And
okay, so she talks about right here that she's going to be able to be there for her kids' first steps, first soccer game, first whatever. Lots of people are able to be there for their kids first whatever. And you're not a bad parent if you're not, okay? You're not a bad parent if you work a lot. You're not a bad parent if you're making money for your family, okay? You're not. You're not a bad person. You're not a bad parent if you cannot stay home with your kid all the time. Okay? It's not... I can't believe that they try to really reel people in that are like single parents or people that are parents and stuff. Like, that is so awful. These people are already probably feeling so bad for not being able to be home with their kid all the time. So to say like literally to target that audience is just like, it's so horrific. It's absolutely horrific. I don't like it at all. It's just like, leave them alone. Like, they're trying their best. Oh my gosh, I don't like it. But what's contradictory about what she said is, I'm going to be there for my kids first, whatever, blah, blah. When you work for an MLM, you are working 24/7. And I remind you that you are not getting paid by the hour, by the minute, by the days, by your effort or whatever. You are paid not for any of that, okay? You are paid, loosely say paid, you are paid through other people's work, okay? If you start off at the very bottom, you are spending so much freaking time trying to get to the next level so that you essentially just like don't have to do anything, while the people under you are doing the same thing that you did, just working so hard so they can get to the next level. And it keeps going up, the people under them, whatever. So even if you are able to be there for your kids first, whatever, it's either you're on your phone all the time, because that's what this business is. You're constantly on your phone, which is like, is that really a life that you want to live? Is that really like spending time with your family if you're just on your phone the whole time working your business? Like, if I'm clocked out at work, I'm clocked out. I don't have to be there, and I don't have to worry about it when I come home or whatever. I just get to spend time with Tanner. When you're in an MLM, you're consistently working, you're consistently on your phone, you're consistently like trying to be updated about like your MLM, because like I said, you're not a business owner, and if you were, then you would know about products before they even dropped. You would I always see this is so funny. You wouldn't have to wait for a product to be dropped if you were a business owner in order to buy it, in order to have it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm just saying, like, this whole thing of, like, I'm going to be able to be there for my kids first, whatever. It's just, it's gross. It's gross to see people capitalizing on this, capitalizing on people's insecurities, and capitalizing on people's fears of missing their kids' first steps or first soccer game or whatever. And she talks about how she isn't in it for the material things or whatever. Okay, when you go up in Arbonne and you get that cash bonus, it is only to go solely to your car, okay? Like, you have to get a car. What if you just want the money? Like, if that was me, I'd be like, just give me this, whatever, $600 or whatever I think is what it is. It's so, like, again, it sounds like people in MLM are so into the material thing, because they always talk about the free cars, the free trips, whatever, financial freedom, being able to travel and go anywhere, which is fine. Financial freedom is fantastic. That's where the line between humility and bragging is blurred, because they try to stay humble about it, but it often goes into the wave of bragging, because they'll always be like, oh, well, I guess who just got, like, I'm almost at the rank for getting my Mercedes-Benz or getting my Cadillac or whatever, and oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna get a free trip. And it's like, okay, bragging, whatever, like making other people feel bad that they're not getting a free car, which is not free, and a free Cadillac or Mercedes or whatever. And then they try to, like, really neutralize it by being like, oh, but I'm just so grateful for my business and I thank God every day, and like yada yada yada. So it's like, it's either you're humble about it, because if you're truly humble about it, you probably wouldn't be bragging about it at all or talking about it at all. So pick a side.
And that is just something so special in my heart. I'm also going to be someone who can actually go on mission and, write checks for charities that are just so big, like things that I want to give my money to. And like, I'm going to be able to have that extra to just write a check for $10,000 and say, here, take it, do with what you need. And that is something that one income couldn't have done for my life. And not only that, guys, my friendships that I've built from this.
Wait, so Arbonne is her only income. So that's one income. Right? Am I hearing that right? It sounds like Arbonne is her only job right now. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Because it kind of sounded like earlier she wasn't really pursuing this nursing thing. So unless she's gonna be a nurse and an Arbonne consultant, then like maybe, but also she's probably gonna like have to be in debt because she has to pay back all of the money that she spent on Arbonne. So
get so emotional about that. Like, I have girls who are going to be at my wedding because of this. I have gone on trips with girls who I didn't even know a year and a half ago. And if I didn't have Arbonne, I would seriously probably have my, 5 friends.
and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? There's nothing wrong with not having a bunch of friends. They always like to really make you feel bad for like not having that many friends. And they do that by being like, I have gotten so many friends from this business, yada yada yada. Which is one, is that a true friendship if you're benefiting off of them? Is that friendship you want to have if, in order for the friendship to stay, in order for it to like flow together, where the whole basis of the friendship is the fact that they are making money off of you or that you're making money off of them? Like, are these people still going to be friends if someone chooses not to be in it? If someone decides to leave, Arbonne or Monet or It Works or Mary Kay, Avon, whatever, if someone decides to leave it, are they still going to have that friendship with the people that are in it? I mean, probably not, because they're not making money off of them anymore, and you're not making money off of them anymore. So it's like, it's not organic. It's not a true friendship. I'm telling you this right now. It is not a really true friendship because these people are benefiting off each other in a non-organic, non-toxic, no, I'm just kidding. In a true toxic manner, okay? It is not a true friendship. I'm not making money off of any of the friends that I have, so it's okay if you don't have like a bunch of friends, because they're probably more real, true friends than if you were to have 100 people that were your friend in Arbonne or like Monet or It Works, whatever. So I'm just saying, don't let people make you feel bad for not having that many friends, because if they're your true friends, then you got a good deal going on.
This community of people has given me so many amazing friends. I consider them my soul sisters. They're people who we push each other every single day to become the best that we can absolutely be.
Okay. I always hear this too, that we always like push each other to like be the best that we can ever be, blah, blah, blah. Let's really think about it, okay? If you have a friend that's truly pushing you, is also kind of like a pushy word, no pun intended, but it's also kind of just like intimidating like word. I would say like encouraging me, because pushing you is literally being like, you have to do it, and like blah, blah, blah. Like, that's how it's perceived in my mind, which is like, oh God. If I had a friend that was really into painting but was like insecure about it or nervous to post about it or pursue the passion, encouraging is saying, or you're very good at painting, and I really encourage you to look into what you can do with painting. And I think that you should continue on painting because you're very good at it and it's what you love to do and it makes you happy. Pushing is being like, well, you need to just like put in the effort. You need to keep painting every day so that you can get better. Okay, like that's not that's not fun. I don't want a friend to like basically tell me what to do. Like, Jesus Christ, like these people, when they say like I have people that are pushing me to be my very best, what that really means is their upline saying you need to get your sales in this week and you need to like, you can hit that next rank if you work hard or whatever, which is not pushing you to be your best. It's telling you that you're not good enough. So
personal development, I've already talked on this. Like, obviously I've changed quite a bit from being the entitled ego, like big ego gal I was a year and a half ago, but I am becoming the best version of me every single day. And
the best version of her. People, it makes me really sad, honestly. It makes me sad that these people think that them being an MLM is going to be the best version of themselves, because they're so sold on the idea that if you're not in an MLM, then it's like you don't basically don't care about yourself, all right? Like, I hear this all the time where, do you want to be the best version of yourself? Because a lot of these MLMs like have like skincare products or like hair products or like nutritional supplements or whatever, which is all things that are benefiting you physically, right? Physically. And so they like to capitalize on the idea that if you're benefiting yourself physically, you're benefiting on yourself mentally, which is, true for some people. If you look great, then you feel great and whatever. And some people may believe that or not, doesn't matter. But the point is that they capitalize on that because they essentially sell all of these things that are supposed to make you look good and feel good and whatever. They're supposed to make you like look good, essentially. That if you don't join their team or if you don't join their MLM, then you won't feel good. Or if you don't buy their products, you won't feel good about yourself because you're buying all this product that's supposed to make you look good. And logically, if people look good, then they will feel good about themselves. So it's really sick and it's really twisted in a backwards way of thinking like that. I really don't like it.
Guys, we are meant for so much more than waking up, going to work, doing it, going to sleep, repeating it for so many years, and passing away. If you have an amazing income, but maybe you don't, you wish you had more time to be at home with your kids or your dogs or family, or, maybe you want more time, or maybe you have an additional time on your hands and you would love to, create some extra financial freedom. You guys, we do this business to...
So when you're with Arbonne, then are you not doing the same thing, waking up, working, going to sleep, and passing away? Like, you can say that about anything. And something that this YouTuber named Emily Leah, she really emphasized that you come into the world with nothing and you leave the world with nothing. Okay, these material things aren't anything. And my gosh, like, it truly baffles me that she thinks that being in an MLM is going to be like, what does that mean? Okay, so you enter the world with nothing, right? And you essentially also leave the world with nothing. So, and she says that we are way more valuable than to just go to work, sleep, whatever, and pass away. Here's the thing about that. People need to work, okay? People need jobs. That's just how it is in the world today. If we were living in like ancient times where like money and like the economy and whatever wasn't a thing, then yeah, like I could do whatever I freaking wanted to. There's a logical sense to working, okay? Everybody works, okay? Not everybody, but everybody works. So, and they do that because they know that that's the state of the world that we are in right now. People need to work in order to do whatever. So kind of to say that she kind of admits that you're not really working when you're in an MLM or when you're with Arbonne, but like basically MLMs, all MLMs. She's basically admitting like we are so much more than waking up, working, going to sleep and passing away or whatever. And it's like, so for Arbonne, you're not even working. Like, these people aren't doing anything. Like, they don't do anything. Like, Arbonne is not a real job. Any of these MLM consultant or like distributor, whatever jobs, it's not a real job because you're not getting consistent money from it. I'm just saying that right now. So it's kind of a twisted way to tell people this, like, we are so much more than just passing away. It's like, yeah, everybody wants to pursue their passion and everybody wants to leave this world knowing that they did something great and that they were like, and that they lived it to the fullest or whatever. And that's all about experiences and things that like make you happy. Okay? But like Arbonne is just a multi-level marketing company, all right? It's not like the peak of your life. I'm telling you that right now. And it's not the low of your life. You are so much more than being in an MLM company, and I'm saying that right now. Whether you're anti-MLM, pro-MLM, or just don't even give a frick about MLMs, we are all so much more than, you could say that about anything. We are all so much more than like everything in this world, all earthly things. It is all on our mental state of like who we are. You know what I mean? It is all mental. It's all up here in the big, in the big noggin right there. All of these earthly things mean nothing because you enter the world with nothing and you leave with nothing. So just try to live your life being kind and being nice to as many people as you can, and just living your life to the fullest. Joining an MLM is not living your life to the fullest, okay? I'm telling you that right now, point blank period. Let's continue.
To have financial freedom and time freedom. We don't have it when we start. And so I wanted to just share with you where I came from because they're just two completely different here. And just know that I literally never thought I would do anything like this. And I know there's a lot of you out there who are stuck of not wanting to learn more because you think, whatever you think, you probably thought what I thought too. And I just want you to know that you do deserve this. You do deserve financial freedom, time freedom, a community of people who love you and support you. And so reach out to me. If this is tugging on your heart at all, just reach out to me and we can talk. This is never me ever convincing anyone to do this business. You can either join me or not. But I know where I'm going and I am on fire to take whoever wants to come.
You don't have to join me or not, but I know where I'm going. It's like, okay, like, geez. In conclusion, yeah, that was just something that's been going around lately, and I felt like I needed to talk about it because it was just so weird and so twisted and like, this is the best thing for you sort of sense. And like, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like she was anti-MLM because she doesn't really touch on that or why she was and explain it at all. So I think it was more of just a clickbaity thing. And yeah, don't join an MLM, you guys. Please don't. If you guys like this video, please give it a freaking thumbs up. I love you all, and as always, thank you for watching.